Pep Guardiola has won 21 trophies in the last 10 seasons. That is just unbelievable. But that made me think, how many trophies would I win? Well, I'm going to become a manager for the next 10 seasons. The goal is to win as many trophies as possible. But unlike Pep, I'm not going to get job offers from Barcelona, Bayern or Man City. Instead, the wheel of career mode is going to decide where I go. Alright, let's spin the wheel and see where my first job offer is going to be from. Is it going to be a big club? Okay, that isn't too bad. We're heading to Spain to manage Sevilla. And so my first job as a football manager begins with Sevilla. For the first season, we're going to be in charge of this team. Our goal is to try and win trophies with Sevilla, but the truth is, it might take a few seasons. But the wheel of career mode is probably not going to be so kind. Every season, we're going to have to spin the wheel. There's a good chance the wheel could end up sending us to other clubs. But hey, for the first season at least, we're going to be at Sevilla, and let's do our best to maybe even win a trophy this season. Not gonna lie, I think we got pretty lucky getting Sevilla. These guys have got some good players in Neseri, Ocampos, Juan Jordan. I'm liking this team. Montiel as well at right back. Ooh, and who can forget Bono in goal? That's a big one to have. The thing is, it's going to be very interesting on how to make transfers here at Sevilla. Do I think long term? I don't know how the wheel is going to treat us. Regardless, with a budget of 47 million, we can maybe make a couple of signings and let's just figure things out. To start off with, I think we need a centre-back. Oh my days, Sevilla are in desperate need for that. Since I'm unsure how long we're going to stay at Sevilla, I wanted to sign a player that knows the club very well and is kind of close to his prime. And that player was Diego Carlos. He's been here before. He's won trophies here before. I think he's exactly what we need. And we also did a transfer negotiation madness by doing a swap deal. I put Suso and 17 million in and done deal. With Carlos coming in, I'm much more sure about our defense. The next position we need to improve, I think, is CDM. You might be thinking, why? You've got Fernando, who's 83 rated. But guys, he's 34 years old. He's going to dip in his overall soon. But I've got an idea. Thomas Delaney being recalled from his loan spell, I think should cover up well for that position. I mean, I don't want to give myself credit for that, but I'm going to pat myself on the back. Okay, what we need next, though, is maybe a left winger who can get us some goals. Who can I get for 27 million? We need to raise some funds, and the only way we can do that is by sacrificing a few players. So, there were player sales. Lamela was the first one to go, and we got about 20 million for him. We then received about 23 million for Papu Gomez. And finally, another 14 million for Gudelj. Our transfer budget now is 78 million, and that should be more than enough to bring in a quality left winger, maybe even more. Since we don't know how long we're going to be here at Sevilla, signing players that can win us trophies is crucial, and Luis Diaz is just that. We managed to bring him in from Liverpool for about 60 million. With that, I think this team is actually pretty good. We're looking sorted in most positions, but we're playing in Spain up against Barca and Madrid. I don't know if we can win trophies. Let's see. I think expecting to win La Liga is a bit far-fetched. We'll see what happens. But the Spanish Cup is something I think we can target. And I was going to say the Europa League, but instead, Sevilla are in the Champions League. But honestly, finishing third might not be so bad. It all depends what happens. We're making our way now to January to see where the club is at. Yo, halfway through the season, we genuinely have a chance to win La Liga. This is brilliant. Although Barca is still quite a way ahead of us. Meanwhile, in the Champions League, we managed to top our group with Man City in it. I don't know how we did that, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I would have loved to be in the Europa League because you know Sevilla always win this. Let's make it through the rest of the season to see if we can win a trophy with Sevilla. We end the season finishing second in La Liga, which is honestly amazing for a club like Sevilla. As a manager, I think I've done a good job. Sadly, though, in the quarterfinals of the Spanish Cup, we got knocked out by the eventual winners, Real Madrid. And in the Champions League, we made it to the semis, but Liverpool were a bit too much. Honestly, guys, I think we've done a pretty incredible job with this Sevilla team. For just one season, we've come in, made a couple of changes, and done pretty well. But yeah, we couldn't win a trophy. Even though we've had a pretty good season with Sevilla, our contract was just for 1 year because it's the wheel of career mode that's going to decide where we're heading next. Every season as a manager, I'm going to gain experience, and so better clubs are going to be on the wheel. But that also means there's a big chance we're going to have to leave Sevilla after starting this project, and by the looks of it, yup, we're heading to a new club. It's going to be Everton. It's time to say goodbye to this Sevilla team, but maybe not the players. Although I'm moving as a manager to Everton, maybe I could sign a few players that I really liked, like Luis Diaz in Neseri or Diego Carlos. We'll see. So here we are at Everton. Now, I don't really know if we can win the Premier League with Everton, even if we stay here for 3-4 seasons. But I think if we do, well, we'll gain experience and we'll have better teams and options on the wheel. But honestly, I'm looking at this Everton team and I'm not impressed. Like, this is mid-table. That's the most I think we can get with this team. We need to invest. Oh no, hang on a minute, guys. Is this for real? Everton got relegated last season and now we're in the championship. That is, oh my god. Well, it's a chance to win a trophy, I guess, but that's, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. Oh my god, the wheel has just sent us from La Liga to the championship. Are you kidding me? Here I was thinking we'll be matching Pep Guardiola's CV of trophies, but the wheel has just got other plans. But anyways, let's just do our best and use that 58 million, build a team that gets promoted to the Premier League. As a manager, I've got to do my job wherever I go. Firstly, to get back to the Premier League, I think we need a better defense. And so I convinced Diego Carlos, who I signed with Sevilla, to join me on my journey in the championship. Took a bit of convincing, a bit of signing bonus, but then he agreed. And honestly, the deal was pretty awesome. We just put in 15 million plus Yerry Mina, and that was enough. But I also feel this Everton team needs a midfielder. Just brought in James Ward-Prowse to improve our midfield. He's got experience being relegated with Southampton. Okay, that's a bit mean, but I think he can help us get promoted. Okay, now that I look at this team, we might have gone a bit overkill for being in the championship. Like, this team should easily win it. We're getting through the championship season now, and funnily enough, this could be the season where I win my first trophy. And just as expected, we win the championship with Everton, and we're sending them right back to the Premier League. Our first trophy is the championship with Everton. You gotta start somewhere. Yo, Moise Keane, I didn't even put him as a starter, but he ended up being the best player in the team. You know what? I'll keep an eye on that, because maybe the next club we go will take him with us. That's right, boys. I don't think I'm too keen on staying at Everton. I do not want to be in a relegation battle next season, but it completely depends on the wheel. Winning the championship in our first trophy means that we've now got Atletico Madrid on the wheel and also RB Leipzig. Couple of clubs I would love to go to win some trophies. But let's spin it and see where we're gonna be. Just hopefully not Everton. Oh my god, our luck is incredible for the third season. We're heading to Spain once again. Atletico Madrid indeed. After winning the championship, something even Pep Guardiola has never done, it's time to head to Atletico Madrid. And wow, it does feel nice to be in charge of a team like this. My god, we've got so much quality. João Felix, De Paul, Nabri. Bro, this team is crazy. And with another 107 million, we can really improve this team and make them potentially La Liga winners. This is our first time where we've got a chance to win La Liga, maybe Champions League, maybe the Spanish Cup, and start to fill up our CV. We're coming for you, Pep. I'm looking at this team, and one thing's for sure, this attack is crazy. João Felix, Cunha, Depay, and Nabri. Perfect. The midfield is pretty amazing too. Again, defensively, I think we can do a job. Actually, do we just go all out and spend all of this 100 million that we've got on maybe one defender? I think that might be the play. No way, since we're like 3 seasons into career mode, Joshko Guardiola is looking insane. 85 rated, but he's worth a lot of money. But finally, we are managing a club with money. So for 90 million, we've pulled this deal off. Guardiola joins Atleti. So far on my managerial CV, all we've got is the championship, but that has to change this season. We've got the team to win the big trophies. Guys, we're halfway through the season, and I'm 10th in La Liga. They might actually sack me before the wheel sends me to another club. This is bad. No way. We even got kicked out of the group stages in the Champions League. Yo, I'm having a disaster class as a manager with Atletico Madrid. Okay, maybe this is something that can save us. We're up against Eibar in the Spanish Super Cup final. Don't know how they got there. I know this is a pointless trophy, but it's a trophy nonetheless that I would love to win. So can we beat Eibar in the final? Yes, we can. Even though we're having a shocking season, at least we win something. We're at the end of the season now, and I really don't know how we went from 10th to 3rd, but we'll absolutely take it. But it's still turning out to being a very treacherous season as we got knocked out of the Spanish Cup. But would you believe it? We've made it to the Europa League final, so I think getting knocked out of the Champions League wasn't as bad as you think. Well, it all depends if we can win the Europa League against Dortmund. Come on, Atletico Madrid. There you go. Second trophy with Atleti. It was a terrible season because we wanted to win the Champions Champions League and La Liga, but allow it, guys. Only my third season as a manager and my first time with a big club, and we've bagged a couple of trophies. 3 seasons in, we've managed 3 clubs and we've secured 3 trophies. Honestly, not too bad. But where is the wheel gonna send us next? More experience means that we've now got Spurs added onto the wheel of career mode, but we could still end up staying at Atleti, maybe heading to Leipzig. Where is it actually gonna be? Atleti or Spurs? Another season at Atleti? Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna be at another season with Atletico Madrid, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not, because now anything but winning La Liga and the Champions League is gonna be a complete failure. Okay, I've just taken a look at our budget for the season, and I'm now glad we're staying at Atleti. 193 million. The board have the vision, and now we need to just execute on the pitch. This team is already pretty good, but we saw in the Champions League and even in La Liga wasn't good enough. But with 193 million, I think we can do a lot. To start with, we're bringing in Nicolas Sula because I just got a brilliant deal on him. For 55 million, an 87 rated player, can't go wrong with that. And finally, to improve the midfield, we're bringing in Nicolo Barella, who is now one of the world's best midfielders. Guys, we've made the most of being at Atletico Madrid for another season. This team is absolutely incredible. Let's hopefully not get kicked out of the Champions League group stages. At least this time we survived the Champions League group stages, but what I want to do is go ahead and win the entire competition. We've made it to the end of the season, and unfortunately no La Liga title for us. The only time we've won the league was with Everton, but that was in the championship. Even the Spanish Cup, we got kicked out. My hopes are now in the Champions League, but let's see what happens. Well, we knocked out Inter, but Ajax? Are you actually joking? How do we get knocked out by Ajax? Our second season in Atletico Madrid, a bit of an L. Oh wait, there's still a chance to win a trophy. Remember, we won the Europa League. That means we should be in the Super Cup. Brilliant. We lost that as well. This was an L. A trophy-less season is not what we want. Surely the wheel is now going to send me elsewhere. The Spurs, AC Milan is now on the wheel. Let's see where we're heading. Well, it's not going to be Atletico for sure, and I knew it. It is going to be Tottenham, a club that is known for not winning trophies. We need to go there and somehow win trophies. And so our time with Atletico Madrid is done, and let's just say we didn't have the best of times there. But now it's Spurs. If we can win some trophies here, that'll be pretty incredible, because hey, Pep Guardiola has not won trophies with Spurs. If we can do it, that'll be pretty amazing. But we're joining Spurs at a time when Kane and Son are getting super old. Harry Kane is 32. He'll probably give us a good season. Son, probably not. But ooh, they've got Goretzka, Bissouma, Tielemans, Marcus Edwards. This Spurs team isn't too bad. And with 130 million to spend, oh boy, Spurs are desperate to win trophies. Can it be me as manager to guide them to some? The first signing I'm making is just this guy called Aaron, because we don't really have a backup keeper. With this, we now have one. I think it's obvious that we now need to bring in a Heung-min Son replacement, and I don't see a better option than Marcus Rashford. I'm thinking if I could maybe put Son in a swap deal, because he's actually valued pretty well, we could get away with offering 40 million and getting this deal done. Oh my god, that is a brilliant deal. And just like that, we've signed Marcus Rashford for Spurs. Who would have thought? And the deal was pretty sweet as well. I kind of want to sign a player from my former club Atletico, and I'm looking for a centre-back. Guardiola would be perfect, but take a look at this. My former club does not want to sell him to me. But I do remember we had Mark Guehi as well, but would they be willing to let him go? Not him as well. Yo, Atletico have just banned me from signing any of their players. I see what Atletico are trying to do, but we've got to do our job and still strengthen the team. So I've just gone ahead and signed Presnel Kimpembe. All right, I think we've done a good job improving this team. Rashford, Kimpembe coming in. As a manager, if I can get Harry Kane to win a trophy with Spurs, I think that'll be pretty incredible. We're making it through the Premier League season, and let's see where we finish. We're at the end of the season, and I've only just realized that Spurs have not qualified for the Champions League, nor are we in the Europa League as well. Not even in the Conference League as well. Why did the wheel send us here? Well, maybe it's a test to see if we can win with a terrible Spurs team, but, well, 36 games in, there's no chance of winning the Premier League. Oh boy. But we have somehow made the FA Cup final, and we've got a chance to end Spurs' trophy drought, which I think is a big achievement. If we can do this, our time at Spurs has been successful. Wow, our top scorer had just 17 goals. Harry Kane is falling off, but if he can do one last thing and win us the FA Cup, that'll be awesome. This is a chance for me to win my 4th trophy as a manager, and it's a pretty big one. Winning with Spurs can Can we pull this off? Can we win the FA Cup? Harry Kane scores the winner. We get something with Spurs at least. We can't go back-to-back seasons trophyless. And there you go. We get the FA Cup. And the Premier League season also comes to an end. We end up finishing 5th, which means Spurs should be in the Europa League next season, but no Champions League. And that's kind of why I'm looking for a way out. Hopefully the wheel can send me somewhere where we can win the big trophies. No matter what you say, winning a trophy with Spurs is a pretty big thing, and because of that, we've now got PSG and Barcelona on the wheel. Those are clubs where we can win some big trophies, so let's spin the wheel and see where we're heading. As long as we don't get Spurs again, I'll be a happy man, and looks like we're going to Barcelona. This is our chance to win all the big trophies. We've landed at Barcelona, and honestly, we've inherited a super team. Ansu Fati, 89 rated. Osimhen's over here. Rafinha chilling. Pedri and Frenkie de Jong. Sangare in the middle. At the back is where this team needs some improvements. A right back, maybe a goalkeeper, but oh my god, what a team. There's no excuses for us now. We've got to start matching what Pep did and winning the big trophies. I want to win La Liga, Champions League, basically everything this season. And we have about 125 million to strengthen the team, so let's do it. For goalkeepers, age really isn't a big factor. So instead of spending more on a younger keeper, we went for Edison, who I know is 33, but he's still 91 rated. 40 million spent, and we've got our new number 1. We definitely need some fresh legs for the right back position, so I've gone with Arnau Martinez, who looks like a really good young kid. I mean, look at this, 84 rated, lot of pace. Love this signing. With our transfers now done, it's time to see if we can win Barcelona some trophies. To start things off, we have a chance to win the Spanish Super Cup as we're playing Real Madrid. This could honestly be the first of many trophies, so let's hope we can start off with the Super Cup. And there you go, Pedri scoring, Sangare as well. We've won the Spanish Super Cup. This is just the start, boys. We've topped our Champions League group, and I've got high expectations. While everything was going well and we were getting ready for the Champions League knockouts, I found out that Ansu Fati had left the club. Bayer Leverkusen paid for his release clause, and he was no longer a Barcelona player. Just like that, with one transfer, it felt like our planning and squad had been completely derailed. But the positive thing was that we've got about 240 million to spend. We're in January, and let's improve the team. Ansu Fati's departure has caused a lot of chaos. We need to improve our team, and so we're signing Xavi Simons, a former Barcelona player, by the way, to be our new right winger. But we were not done yet. It was also time to bring back Ronald Araujo to the club where he belongs. He's back at Barca. Not gonna lie, I think I've done a pretty good job as a manager to replace Ansu Fati, and now we're looking even stronger. Let's win the big trophies. And we make it to the Spanish Cup final. This could be the first of 3 trophies. Let's go. We secured the Spanish Cup. That is, I believe, my 6th trophy as a manager, and I think we're gonna add up a lot more this season. And we also managed to win La Liga. That might be my first league trophy since the championship win we had with Everton. But yeah, that's trophy number 7 for me as a manager. But the big one really is this. We have made the Champions League final where we're up against Liverpool. In my 6th season as a manager, I could win the ultimate prize. This is it. Time for the Champions League final. Can we beat Liverpool and win the big prize? No! Liverpool end up winning and we lose the Champions League final. Such a successful season ends with heartbreak. Honestly, we did an incredible job building this team, and we're so unlucky to not win the Champions League. Honestly, I would really like another season with Barca to win them the Champions League, but the thing is, I don't know with the wheel if I'm gonna be here or not. That was our chance and we squandered it. Here's the wheel of career mode, and now with 6 seasons of experience, we've got Bayern Munich and even Arsenal on the wheel. Only top clubs left, but I really want to stay at Barca for one more season. Is the wheel gonna let that happen? No, no, no. It's sending us to Italy as we'll be managing AC Milan. I've only just realized that this is the first time the wheel is sending us away from England and Spain, so here we are in Italy. And not gonna lie, we're managing a pretty good AC Milan side. Rafael Leao, Charles de Catalet. We've got Vieira, Tonali is still here, unlike in real life where he's gonna head to Newcastle. But yeah, this team is good. We sign a right back, we sign a midfielder, and I reckon we're good to go. Adding the Serie A to our CV would honestly be amazing. Another thing that Pep Guardiola hasn't done. So 110 million, let's get to work. And we've already got our first signing in. Alexander Barr from Liverpool, 31 million. Now that we're in like season 7 of career mode, players are going to be older. It's going to be harder to get deals, but I reckon 30-year-old Barr, not bad at all. But we're not done yet. It's time to bring in an Italian Brazilian midfielder to hold the fort for us. It's Eduardo Bove from Olympique Lyon, 54 million, a brilliant signing. I really want to see if we can win the Champions League with AC Milan. That's one trophy that we haven't won yet. We lost the final with Barca. Let's see how we do with Milan. And there you go, Serie A in the bag. Put that on my CV. That should be trophy number 8 as a manager. Oh, we lost the Super Cup. That's frustrating. What about the Italian Cup? We didn't win that either. It's all now on the Champions League. Can we finally win it for the first time as a manager? No, we got knocked out in the semi-finals. Ay, ay, ay. Winning Serie A plus a Champions League semi-final isn't too bad, but I think to win the Champions League, we're gonna have to be at a bigger club, so let's see what the wheel decides. Before we spin the wheel, I thought we'd just take a look at our CV so far, and honestly, it's not quite like, you know, Pep Guardiola, but look at the variety of trophies, from the Championship, the La Liga, to Europa League, and obviously Serie A, but let's see what more we can add. We've now got Man City on the wheel, and honestly, to win the Champions League, I wouldn't mind going there, or Bayern, or even PSG, and by the looks of it, we're gonna be coaching Paris Saint-Germain with hopefully Kylian Mbappe. Time to take our managerial talents to Paris, a club that's never won the Champions League before. Okay, but I just realized as a manager, I haven't as well. Maybe the stars are aligned and we're gonna win the Champions League with PSG. Okay, we've got Donnarumma in goal, which is awesome, and Mendes as well, but most importantly, Kylian Mbappe up top. We're coaching the world's best player. Honestly, Mbappe is the main man. We've just got to build this team around him and we should be fine. With 134 million, I think we can do just that. And honestly, this team only needs like one player, and that is a world-class cam. We get that sorted, and I reckon we're going to be in the mix for winning the Champions League. We're in France, got to sign a Frenchman, and Ryan Cherki is just perfect. He's now in his prime, 88 rated, some incredible stats. He's playing at Wolves. Let's get him to PSG. And the deal is done. Ryan Cherki is the new superstar signing in Paris. Okay, the PSG team is ready, but while looking at my team, it just got me thinking, all the squads we've built so far with Barca, even Everton included, which one do you think so far is looking like the best? I think the Barca team we had was unplayable. This PSG team ain't too bad either. We're getting through the season now with the goal to win the Champions League. Meanwhile, if you guys can help me out by subscribing to the channel, that would be awesome. Looks like things are going according to plan as we do win Liga. That's my 9th trophy now as a manager. Add the French Super Cup to it and make it 10. But the real trophy I want to win as a manager is the Champions League, and we topped our group, so that's awesome. Oh my god, we faced our former club Milan and we knocked them out. Quarterfinals, we get through Arsenal. Semi-finals, we get through Roma, and here we are facing Real Madrid. I can't lose 2 Champions Leagues as a manager. No, no, no. Oh man, I'm freaking nervous. We've got Kylian Mbappe in the attack. Surely we can win the Champions League with him. Come on, can we do it? Yes, we can. As a manager, I've managed to win the Champions League. That is my trophy number 11. Let's go. I told you guys at the start, I hadn't won the Champions League. PSG as well hadn't. It was just written in the stars. The funny thing is, we're not done yet. We've got the Coupe de France, which is basically the French Cup, which we end up losing. That would have been a nice trophy to add. Regardless, with Kylian Mbappe leading the team, 41 goals this season, I managed to achieve my dream and win the Champions League. Honestly, I would love to stay at PSG for another season, stat pad some more trophies. The wheel is going to decide where we're heading next. And although I've won the Champions League, look at Pep Guardiola's CV. He's won it with different clubs. Let's see if I can do that as well. We've now got Real Madrid on the wheel, and let's see where we're heading. Well, it's not Madrid. Instead, it's Manchester City. Oh my days. We really are going to try and surpass Pep Guardiola. And finally, I'm going to put myself in a Pep Guardiola shoes, and hopefully I can win the treble. But this Man City team is definitely different. For starters, our squad depth is just terrible. We've just got 18 players at the club. Second, look at the ages of half our squad. Everybody's just at the latter stages of their career. We've got an amazing attack, but we're lacking so much in the midfield, in the defense. Well, I guess that's why we've got 245 million, kind of like how Pep had a blank check to rebuild Man City. That's exactly what we have now. To start things off, I just signed the Prince of Barcelona. Well, he was now at Juventus, but regardless, we bring him in for 140 million. And that was actually a good price that we got on it. Don't forget, we're almost 9 seasons into career mode now, so valuations, overalls are all crazy. Gavi is 89 rated, and that solves our midfield. Okay, I may have gotten a bit too crazy on Gavi, and now we're just left with 94 million, and I think we at least need a quality centre-back. Okay, I'm negotiating with Xavi to bring in a player from Barcelona, but I just realized that Pep Guardiola isn't wearing a t-shirt. What's going on here? Regardless, we managed to complete the signing of Saliba, and that's an 89 rated centre-back joining our team. We've been dealt with a very old Man City, but I think I've done what I could, and let's see with Man City if we can do what Pep Guardiola did. If Pep Guardiola can win the Premier League, so can I. 87 points, and we've done it. That is, by the way, my 12th trophy. Wow. Adding a cheeky FA Cup as well. We're on course for a treble right now. Let's go. Oh my god, we get the treble, but it's the stinky domestic treble. We need the Champions League to complete the treble, but so far, I think I've done a pretty good job at City. Here's the Champions League. Okay, we've topped our group, and Juventus knock us out? Are you actually joking? We bottled the Champions League. But hey, in all honesty, 3 trophies, I'll absolutely take that. We're now on 14 trophies in my 9-year-long managerial career. For the final season, I wouldn't mind staying at City and stat padding some trophies, but let's see where the wheel takes us. So far as a manager, I think we've had an incredible career winning 14 trophies. But now it's time for my final season as a manager. After that, I'll be enjoying retirement. And let's see who we're gonna get. Oh no way. It's Manchester United. And here we are at the other side of Manchester, managing Man United. We're already on 14 trophies after 9 seasons, but I'd like to win more, and I'd like to beat my former club City towards it. And I'll tell you this Man United team is good, but there's just one player missing. It's my boy Marcus Rashford. Remember we signed him for Spurs? Yeah, we don't have him, but it is what it is. One thing I want to improve in this team for sure is the goalkeeper position, and we're Man United, the money is there. And so we bring in Gregor Kobel from Dortmund, 89 overall. I think he's going to fit in perfectly. Honestly, even though we've got Evanilson up top, I don't think he's going to be good enough. I'm thinking, let's create chaos. When I was at Man City last season, I remember that we had not renewed Haaland's contract, and there you go. His contract's expiring. We could cause absolute carnage by bringing Erling Haaland from Man City, my former club, to United, and I think let's do it. Erling Haaland to Man United is a done deal. I think I've just made the biggest transfer as a manager ever. Like, oh my god, taking Haaland from City to United is just nuts. But is that enough to win us all the trophies? We're getting through the season to find out. Unfortunately, my final season as a manager ends with a bit of an L. I didn't expect to be 4th, but the Man City team we helped build, they're still top. That's an L. Come on, let's hope we can at least win a trophy. The wheel should have just kept us at City. Oh my god, we lost the Carabao Cup to Brighton, you kidding me? And in the Champions League, knocked out on penalties? Yo, Manchester United just don't have the luck. Even with Haaland scoring 38 goals, we ended up going trophyless. But I still think over these 10 seasons as a manager, we've done incredibly well, going from country to country, managing different clubs, and winning 14 trophies in total. Maybe not as many as Pep Guardiola, but hey, Pep didn't win the championship, so we have that one over him. What if we stayed at a club like PSG for the entire time? It probably should get easier, or does it? Go check out the Extreme Takeover with PSG I did a few weeks ago. Click here to watch that.